everybody!
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Evolution of a Podcast. My name is Rich.
And I am Woodrow Wilson.
Right. And back from the grave. Wait, I don't even know what that means.
I'm here to tell you a little knowledge.
Yeah. Well, Woodrow Wilson, it is episode number 6.
Oh, number 6.
You know what that means? Episode number 6 is kind of an important episode, Will.
Yeah.
Because there's this term called pod fading. And you see, it usually happens around episode 5 or 6 where, you know, some of these people that assume going into it, I'm going to start a podcast and it's going to be the best podcast ever. And by episode 5 or 6, they give up and they say, you know what, maybe this isn't the best podcast ever. And maybe, you know, I'm not very good at this, or for whatever reason they give up by episode 5 or 6. And this is that episode for us.
Yeah.
So if we make it all the way through this episode, that means we can go on to 100 episodes.
But Richard, I'm faded.
Oh, no.
Faded.
Don't
Podcast
Will.
faded.
No,
Faded.
don't
Faded.
do it. All right. So this is The Rich Show. Welcome back to The Rich Show. Will faded.
Yeah, I'm back though.
Oh, we're back. Cool.
Yeah.
I knew you'd be back.
Hey, man, I couldn't give this thing up.
Man, you were so faded.
No,
there
dude,
for a
I was
second.
leaning, man.
Just lean back.
Lean back, Fat Joe.
I knew you were going to go there. So welcome to the show, everybody. We're obviously not fading. We are going strong for 100 more episodes or more.
What's the opposite of fading?
Not fading.
Illuminating?
Oh, I like it. We're illuminating all the way to the top. And we are talking about YouTube today. YouTube has impacted our culture. You know, well, let me say that again. YouTube has had a huge impact on our culture through... YouTube has had a huge impact on our culture.
It's a ballad of YouTube.
You know, like over the years, YouTube's been around for 15 years. Did you know that, dude?
That's crazy.
It is.
15? It's had its quinceañera.
Right. People have grown up, you know, watching YouTube and probably even grown up on YouTube. And so it's been a huge part of society and crafting who we are today. Correct?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
So we're going to talk about that today. So before we talk about the impact of YouTube on society, we have to talk about pre-YouTube, because there was an internet. It was, let's say, not very fast. And, you know, in the 90s.
Is this still the same internet?
This is still the same internet, but in the 90s, dude, it was so fucking like dial-up. Exactly. Yeah. Dial-up slow. If you were watching like videos and stuff on the internet, it would take you like 20 minutes to download a video, so you could watch a 2-minute long video, and it was so not worth it. Internet kind of sucked in those days. You know?
It just wasn't coming back from space quick enough.
Dude, porn was fucking horrible. Like you had to literally, like you were done before the picture got done downloading. Let me just say.
So it was all about the memory bank.
We're going to save this for next time.
It's kind of blurry. It's kind of, 4-bit, but I'll make this work.
It would download like one line at a time. So like you would start to see a person.
Oh, yeah. What I would do is I would open up Paint and I would draw the rest in Paint real quick and then make that happen for me.
And that's all you really needed
and Minesweeper.
You're right. And not to mention that not a lot of people were uploading internet videos because no one had digital cameras. No one was going out and shooting video and posting video. And even then, you know, like even posting internet video, you only the bigger corporations, the bigger websites were posting videos, digital video at this time.
That's crazy you say that because, 15 years, you're kind of talking about the timeline of when phones became also cameras. And just as important,
right.
Vice versa.
So like around like the early 2000s is when this, you know, I think this time is, and the internet kind of sucks. And, you know, like, yeah, people are starting to get these cell phones and starting to get these digital pictures and digital video. And these 3 guys that were former PayPal employees worked with Elon Musk and getting PayPal up and running and, you know, booming and stuff. And they left PayPal and they went to go start this internet online dating service. And it was called TuneIn Hookup. They started this. The guys' names were Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jawed Karim. And they left the company and they started this TuneIn Hookup. And it was basically the first YouTube, but it was a dating site. And it kind of failed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It sounds like, because it kind of sounds like you're going to be dating like the Looney Tunes.
Right. It was Craigslist online. It was Craigslist video, dating. Obviously, it wasn't very popular. And so they kind of, shut that down. But interesting enough, it was kind of the start of YouTube. And what really, I guess, pushed forward YouTube was the fact that in 2004, the Super Bowl happened.
I remember that Super Bowl.
The Janet Jackson
Nipple
Nipplegate.
slip.
Yep. So the wardrobe malfunction that everybody wanted to see, no one could find any videos of. Not to mention, no one could share any videos. It was hard to find videos. There was no service that was you could go online and share these videos and stuff, right?
Yeah, I had to make a flip book.
And so they invented YouTube in 2005. So, and the first video was one of the creators, Jawed Karim. He posted a video, and it was titled "Me at the Zoo." And it was him just standing there. It was really kind of grainy footage of him just standing there at the San Diego Zoo, just talking about the zoo. It was unedited, and he just put it up there and said, "All right, go." And in the next couple years of YouTube, they did. It started to get really popular. At this time, there wasn't a lot of great content. So would think of it like America's Funniest Videos, at this time. So people didn't, again, it really
Wait,
early.
You said not great content, though.
People at this time, again, did not have a whole lot of access to digital cameras or anything like that. So they were posting videos from like VCR tapes. So it became a lot of videos of like pets and a lot of like watch my kids, play with toys, just silly stuff, not very entertaining stuff. But
Watch my kids play with toys.
Every once in a while, there was a gem. There was a video that would get really, really popular. I believe they called it a viral video. And, like these videos would like, I don't know, like what are some examples you would say of the early YouTube viral video?
Chocolate Rain.
Yes, who can forget Chocolate Rain? That was so that was genius, right? At that time, no one was doing stuff like that. And so for this dude to come out and like put that out there.
I've never seen a guy look like he's inhaling a song that he's singing.
He was breathing through the side of his mouth or some weird thing like that. But what about this one?
You're lucky she even performed for you bastards! Leave Britney alone!
That dude is fucking really upset that people were obviously attacking Britney Spears, and he was like fucking leave her alone. He was sick of it, and he had enough so much that he needed to make a YouTube video about it.
Well, he first needed to make like a sheet for it.
Right. Yes. Again, go watch these videos on YouTube. They're classics. But also another one that was really popular at the time was Lazy Sunday. Do you remember that?
Lazy Sunday.
It was the Saturday Night Live digital short.
Oh.
Where they rapped about what they did on their Sunday. It's hilarious. And it really kind of boosted YouTube in those early days where people saw these viral videos. And not only was it kind of fun, you would go to your friends and you'd be like, dude, oh my God, I seen the coolest video. You got to check this out and stuff. So like it became like a game, like, between friends. Oh, I found this video. Oh, well, I found this video. You tried to top your friend by finding the funniest or the silliest or the stupidest video on YouTube, right? But then it turned into, oh, wait, I want to make the funniest video. So then people started trying to make that viral video that would go crazy and stuff.
Yeah.
And YouTube became a whole different thing, dude. That's when people really took the slogan to heart, broadcast yourself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's when people were like, wow, I can like create this show or create this blog or that's when like video blogging started to get really popular. You would start to see these YouTubers, as now we call them, and it seems to be a regular phrase nowadays, but this is when this started around like 2009, 2010, 11. People were starting to pump out content and trying to create a brand through their page.
So this was before there was any like financial gain.
Right. And now you're starting to see people put production value and money into their YouTube channels, and people are going out and getting microphones and starting to go get like, green screens and really trying to boost their brand as this is what I'm doing and this is who I'm going to be. And people have been discovered on YouTube. People
of course, yeah.
like Justin Bieber
Created a platform for them.
So and these people are getting very famous and very big. And I think gaming has done huge things for YouTube, because people want to go on and watch, people play video games for some reason. I find this kind of fascinating. And people are making money.
Not my thing, but that's interesting.
There are definitely how-to videos. Like you said, the gaming videos are huge. But now, dude, these reaction videos. Do you know what I'm saying? These people watch. So I'm watching a video on YouTube of another person watching another video on YouTube. And I'm watching their reaction. And these are getting millions of views.
There already has to be the reaction to the reaction of the reaction video.
So YouTubers nowadays, we're gotten to a point where YouTube's been around for so long that YouTubers are making videos about other YouTubers. Like, oh, what happened to this YouTuber? Do you remember this YouTuber from 5 years ago? And then they're bringing up this YouTuber to benefit their channel, but it kind of like, decreases the popularity of the other channel.
Depending the angle they're going for.
Well, mostly they're attacking.
Sometimes they're friends.
We're in this weird era where getting views is important. And, these YouTubers, it's all about views. I've seen some crazy shit, people have done to try to get views. And it gets to a point where you don't even know if it's real anymore. Is it real? Are they putting on a soap opera for us? Because most of them are fairly good actors. And I'm not saying Jake Paul is a good actor, but like most of these people, they're just toying with these kids because most of the kids...
Good play on words.
You know what I mean? Most of the kids are like these ones watching all these Jake Paul videos and and they're
subliminally like selling things to him.
Oh, they totally are. You go on one of those videos and he sells you his merchandise
in the middle of whatever he's doing. For
let's go do this, but then first buy a Jake Paul T-shirt. Like that says, "Alright."
Yeah, I couldn't do any of this without this Jake Paul T-shirt. Be just like me.
And you know what? I have no problem with that. I'm all for Jake Paul making fucking millions of dollars and buying big houses and all this stuff based on his stupid little
I don't have an opinion about it either way.
YouTube channel.
He's following within the guidelines that the platform provide him.
Right. And he even almost kind of set the standard for like what it's like to be a YouTuber. And I'm not saying like he's the ideal YouTuber that everyone should go out there.
Do you like him or don't you, Rich?
So that's what YouTube is. And, that's what
like the bloggers, but now they have cameras. Yeah.
And, whether it's a positive force on society right now, I'm not really sure. I think it started as, this kind of like innocent thing. And then people just kind of took it and, exposed it.
I see it like long term. I hope it's not. But I think anything that makes you after a while need validation through this one thing, it's a problem.
Another weird craze at this time on YouTube was prank videos. Do you remember these fucking videos, dude?
Some funny stuff.
See, and I kind of look at it the other way. I thought this was ruining society. I don't think this was a positive representation of our society. Because, like, these people were kind of idiots, dude. Just going on and seeing how much they can piss off other people. And then they would post it and get views for these, videos.
I wasn't more thinking about that. I was thinking about like the couple that pranks each other.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, I think you're right.
It's
when
cute.
It's like perfect strangers, that's weird.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about these prank videos where people would go on the street and prank people, either like make them eat something or make them do something that's unsuspecting and then using it for views later. It seems a little disturbing to me and a kind of lazy way to
get views.
Yeah, and entertain the audience. I don't know. It's again very America's Funniest Videos, just kicking the nuts and let's laugh at that. Like it's lazy.
Absolutely.
It's lazy. That being said, there was a crazy story about this dude. And he was one of those pranksters. He was big, big prankster, would get, and the kids love these fucking videos again, like they love Jake Paul. Like they're on with these prank videos. If you're getting in trouble, man, the kids fucking, they idolize you and they think you're cool because you're pushing the boundaries. And, I think it's fucking just
breaking the law.
Bad influences just being, totally pushed onto our children through YouTube.
Yeah.
One of the cases of these pranksters is this guy who was really big and really famous. His channel was really popular. Apparently his girlfriend broke up with him and he didn't handle it well. Instead, he made videos where he said his girlfriend died. and she didn't, but he was claiming that she did, and he was a big YouTuber, so like he was making videos of him like going to the car accident site, and he's crying and, oh my God, Jenny, I can't believe you're dead. And these videos were getting huge views, and like it was all fake. He was faking his girlfriend's death for views. The girlfriend had to,
Wow.
right? The girlfriend had to eventually come out and say, hey, I'm alive. Here I am in this video. I'm not dead. We broke up.
What do you say after that? A ghost. It's
No.
a ghost.
Because what does that do? That just gives him the opportunity to make another video apologizing and saying, oh, I'm sorry I lied to you, my fans. I was just trying to create content for you and to entertain you, my fans, my, all this, my viewers.
Wait, you just say sorry and it's cool?
Well, apparently on YouTube, they get over that. Or they cancel you. Well, YouTube can get a little dark because in the year 2016, they did some major censoring.
Oh.
They started announcing that, they were going to get rid of the misinformation videos, the false news, and it's like, who are you?
Yeah, you know what the problem with that is, though?
What?
Is the fact that that's a biased agenda. I mean, to do that, somebody has to be the person to tell you what is fake news and what is not.
Right. And Google is that person. In 2016, as we discussed earlier, was the start of a different YouTube, a safer, a more family-friendly YouTube. They even sent out like mission statements, basically asking the YouTubers to look out for other videos that are kind of offensive.
Dun, dun, dun.
And you're now supposed to flag these videos and say, I did not like this. I don't like freedom of speech, and I did not like this.
It made me feel a type of way.
It made me feel like I don't want to see it. And I don't want other people to see it. And I'm so offended.
I'm offended that they even thought it was okay to offend me.
And now major YouTubers that have been going for like as long as YouTube was invented, and now they can't do their videos anymore. They're being censored. Yeah. And or pushed down so far in the algorithm where you cannot search for these videos.
Which is absolutely asinine.
It's censorship. So thankfully, podcasting hasn't been censored yet. But YouTube is, and it's really unfortunate, Will. It was my favorite time in YouTube, and my favorite thing to do on YouTube was go on and watch conspiracy videos.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, as crazy and as sick and as demented as it sounds, there was nothing better to get off work and go home and watch a 9/11 was an inside job YouTube video.
It was an alternative thinking.
Right. And whether I took it in as truth or whether I saw it as entertainment, I was allowed to make that decision myself and watch the
One
video.
and the same, buddy.
We know Google bought out
those guys,
those
right?
3 guys in 2007.
For like billions, right?
For 1.5 billion. That's a lot of money. And those guys are living it large wherever they're living it right now. I'm sure they're still like doing other computer applications.
Well, they're still trying to find dates, making those date sites.
Right. You can't go and find these conspiracy videos anymore. They're not there. There's no freedom of speech anymore on YouTube, according to Google. And so now we have to find other sources. There has to be a new YouTube that comes out so that we can find these documentaries and stuff. Because I used to get deep. Dude, I used to get so deep into these conspiracy videos, but I took these as entertaining. And, I didn't try to get too wrapped up because if you get too wrapped up in negativity, even the news does this, right? We talked about this before. The news, puts out this fear factor of they want everyone to be scared coronavirus and they want people to just be in fear constantly. Yeah. And YouTube is, becoming that way. They definitely have an agenda, obviously, by shutting down and censoring all these YouTubers that have been creating. And now they are being told, nope, sorry, this is not appropriate for this platform anymore.
On the other hand, it's to play devil's advocate. It is their platform, and they can do, I think, whatever they want with it. Right. To a certain point.
Right. A big part of the YouTube censorship was these, what they call false flag videos. Have you ever seen these videos?
Well, I know what a false flag is. I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, so like these videos on YouTube. So like a huge huge, like say a school shooting or something like that would happen. Like let's take for instance the Florida Parkland high school shooting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So this happens and it's big news instantly on YouTube, on all our news sources and everything like that. We start seeing some of the same kids being interviewed on several different channels. And a couple people on YouTube took that as in, well, these people are what they called crisis actors. You know what that is?
I've heard about this, something along the lines of like the Boston bombing and
So people have noticed on YouTube that some of the same people have been interviewed on the news at different terrorist attacks or different, you know, like situations, big events and stuff. And they're like, hey, wait a minute, how is that even possible? Maybe these are actors put on by the news to like scare us and get us like all wrapped up in that moment. And oh my God, we're so scared.
I mean, crisis actors are a real thing.
Yeah, hired by real corporations are people that are hired to go to events and situations and act a certain way.
Yeah, which
these are real organizations.
Let's say like what they were saying with the certain situations, like the Boston bombing thing that I saw.
Right.
Let's say all of that was just fable.
Okay.
Let's be pissed at the fact that there's a corporation that's trying to make money doing that.
Right. Back to the Parkland, Florida. Yeah. So there was this guy, and his name was David Hogg. And you can look him up.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
And all over YouTube, as soon as his videos started coming out, were videos of saying that he was a crisis actor. And so much that he even had to go on the news and respond to that and say, I am not a crisis actor. I am not, you know, I'm a real kid that went to this school and was affected by the shooting. And I think because of those videos, I think was a huge part of YouTube removing those type of videos and removing those conspiracy videos. And then the 9/11 no plane videos.
But it also looks shady. It looks weird when it almost validates the point of the person like pushing up against.
Right.
Even if it's a outlandish kind of like left field thought process that they're bringing to the table. When you censor them and you pull them off of the platform, some people look at that like, oh, they're trying to hide what this person's saying.
Right.
So let them talk it.
Yeah. If this person is talking bullshit, then what's the problem with them making these silly videos about this, right? I got another fun story about the dark side of YouTube. So you got this band, and they're called the Anthved. You know these guys, right?
Well, I do know this story.
The rap rave duo from South Africa.
What's their name again?
Well, it's pronounced the Anthved. We in America say Die Antwoord. So this group from South Africa, super rap rave group, rapper named Ninja. And
Biz on fire.
Yep. And the girl rapper Yolandi. Yolandi fucking Visa. Yep. And
I think you're freaky.
Yep. And they tell you their names every 5 seconds if you ever hear one of their songs.
It's smart.
So yeah, so they're huge on YouTube.
Hey, I'm Will, by the way.
I'm Rich. You're listening to Evolution of a Podcast.
Yeah, and if you didn't know, he's Rich, I'm Will.
And I'm Will, I'm Rich.
Yeah, he's both.
Wait. So these guys, Yolandi and Ninja, they're popular on YouTube. Their videos are fucking crazy and really disturbing and entertaining, and that's why I like them.
I think that's why it works.
Yeah, right. So, and they've gotten a huge following. They're big on Instagram and all the other social medias and stuff. And apparently they had a run-in with this girl. I learned this from watching a YouTube video. This guy, and his name is Edwin's Generation. And that's his channel. And he has gotten very popular off of telling this story of deceit by Die Antwoord. Mm-hmm. And he's made like a 7-part series about it where it's like half-an-hour videos every single time. And he'll, tell you just little piece. Oh, this is what happened now. Oh, listen to what happened now. So let me tell you the story of what happened. Mm-hmm. So basically this girl, and she was like 15 or 16 or something like that. And she was a huge fan of Die Antwoord, followed them on all the social medias, and even like wrote to them and said, oh, I love you guys. Would shoot videos of her dancing to Die Antwoord's music. And they saw this, Yolandi saw this and said, hey, I want to reach out to my fan and just say, hey, what's up? And like, hey, we like your blog and, and we think you're cool and everything. And so she wrote back. And so there was a correspondence between the two, mm-hmm. between the band and this girl. They basically invited her on tour with them and come be our like assistant or a production assistant or whatever, just our gopher, just basically come hang out with us, because they had a lot of same likes, and a lot of like smoking weed and listening to a lot of same music and
And
stuff
that
like
must
that.
be huge for her.
Right.
as an author.
She was fucking like stoked. Like the band that I fucking idolize is DMing me on fucking Instagram and saying, come hang out with me on tour.
Yeah.
Like, tell me that's not the fucking coolest story. So she did, and apparently it didn't go so well.
Why? What happened?
So apparently she got treated kind of a little bit of like a slave, and not just like a regular slave, like a sex slave.
What?
And she was coming out on her Instagram, I guess, a short time after all this happened, and basically saying she was sex trafficked by the band.
You're fucking kidding me.
That she was invited and groomed and, basically told she was amazing and this and that, and given money and all this and pampered and all this to basically be their sex slave whenever they wanted and whenever, and she claims that all this stuff happened. You know how I know she claims this? She made a rap song basically bashing Anthved, and, her name is Johnny, okay? And she comes from Australia, and she's on Instagram right now, and she's blasting Anthved and saying that they're, sex traffickers. And they didn't only do this with her, they did it with like 10 other girls and, all this stuff. There's like a freaky, weird cult shit going on, satanic cult shit going on with this band. So she comes out and says all this stuff. And, like this Edward's Generation YouTube channel sees this and starts putting it out there. And that's how it kind of took steam. It like millions of people heard of this from this YouTube channel. Like no one was paying attention to this fucking girl proclaiming that she was a sex slave and, all this stuff. It was just another accusation, on the internet. And now this YouTuber made a video about it, and then it blew up. So then now Anthved is hearing about this and hearing that like they're being smeared on YouTube and, as sex traffickers. And so they start making reaction videos to Gianni and start posting videos on their Instagram saying, oh, you think we're sex traffickers and that's how Yolandi talks. Isn't that fucking trippy, dude? Like, so now they're like going back and forth. There's this like weird YouTube, Instagram stories back and forth where like both of them now have like deleted their Instagrams and now started new Instagrams, but not following anybody else or anything like that. Like, it's really strange. And all this was brought up because of this YouTuber that made this 7-part series about this weird story, this accusation. And now everyone is getting more famous because of it. The YouTuber's getting famous, millions of views, and now money and ads and all this stuff because of it. Gianni is getting lots of YouTube views because of her fairy rap music. Yes, look that up. And then she's also like getting buzz just because of the accusations that she's making. People don't even care if it's true anymore, dude. They're just so interested in the drama of
the story. They don't care about what is real and what is not.
Right. It's so dramatic.
But think about it. You remember when, rap beef was huge?
Right. That was.
And it always just happened to be around the time when both of the rappers were putting out an album.
Right. How interesting that was that.
Well, think about this. I mean, who would say that it's that far-fetched that all players involved were involved in this?
Right, and
together.
pre-planning.
Yeah.
I guess we can wrap up our YouTube episode. Will, we talked about how YouTube has impacted our society over the years.
Yeah.
And whether it's a good impact or a bad impact, we sure fucking talked the shit out of it, didn't we?
Yeah, it's at least a deep impact.
Yeah, on that note, we said what we needed to say. Let's move on.
Out skis.
So we'll see you guys next time on Evolution of a Podcast.
I love you, babies.
And remember, if you're not evolving,
you're dissolving.
You sure are. Peace.